Greetings, friend. Got all your goals prepared for 2023 yet? Better hurry, it's coming fast, and you don't want to wake up on January 1st with no idea what to do with your life, do you? Even Vix has his goals ready, one of which is to get as much pet as possible, and just look at him go. I got a lot of great art supplies for Christmas this year, and I wanted to play with them, so that's a good bit of what you'll see going on here. I'm also experimenting with different angles for filming myself doing things like this on my desk, and so far I can say I like this setup better than my last video because you can't see anything besides my arm, but honestly you probably see a little too much of my arm, so I'm gonna keep adjusting it. Oh, and never mind that cover page you see off to the left there. It's just a sneak peek for a future project I used it to practice with. You'll see it soon enough. As we progress, you'll see I've made a lot of mistakes and then just kept covering them up and trying again. The footage I recorded clocked out at about 50 minutes because I spent some time wondering if I should just rip the entire page out and call it a day. The truth is I've never been that big on New Year's resolutions myself. I think the only memorable resolution I made was to catch food in midair with my chopsticks. Believe it or not, I actually succeeded, but it was about 5 years later after I saw the memory pop up on my Facebook and thought, hey, I never did do that, I wonder if I can. Either way, I never felt like a new calendar year makes you a new person, and trying to start new stuff with the rest of the world usually just leads to the common places where people wish to improve themselves, such as the gym being crowded. I have too much anxiety for all that. So anyway, I like to set goals on my solar return so that I can see how much I'm progressing on my own personal timeline. I've also started setting goals on each new moon the last couple years because it just feels more natural. Anyway, this year on my birthday, I was bedridden with a 103-degree fever, and the only goal I had in mind was to not feel like a zombie and be able to leave the bed. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. I guess that does give me a chance to join the rest of the world in reflecting on my life during this time of year instead, so I get to join in on, I guess, the sense of camaraderie? In the end, I was determined to finish this spread because it was something that I decided I wanted to exist. Actually, both goal setting and this whole thing ties into something that's been a big theme for me mid-November when I finally started feeling like a human, and all of December, which is trust. I think that's going to be my big theme for 2023, actually. So anyway, how does a kinda ugly bullet journal spread play into trust, you ask? I feel like a lot of us might have issues with self-trust, and I know it's been a big struggle of mine for probably most of my life. It's kind of like setting goals that you'd like to accomplish but failing to achieve them over and over again for whatever reason, so eventually you become less and less into goal setting because you've shown yourself time and again that you won't do it. You tell yourself that you want to lose weight, but you keep putting off starting your diet so often that the words almost make you cringe when you hear them come out of your mouth. The more we decide to do things and actually see them through, the more we start to trust ourselves. I'll use this little spread as an example. If I decided I wanted to set some goals for 2023 and wanted a place to write them down where I can look back on them, and then decided after all that I made too many mistakes and ripped the page out and gave up, then deep down I would lose a little faith that I have what it takes to see things through. Not to mention I'd be pretty annoyed at myself because the pages are numbered and I would have the skip number haunting me for the rest of my life. Anyway, since I did finish it, now I know I can trust myself to make a decision that I want to create something and actually see it through. I was in a pretty dark place 2021 and 2022 and stopped taking care of myself or my environment, so I started really small with this mindset. At first it was just promising myself that I would keep the kitchen clean at our old home. Shortly after, we moved to a better apartment, so it changed to promising to keep our new apartment clean since I had a fresh start. When I want to just let messes pile up because I'm tired or whatever excuse, I remind myself that I want to learn to trust myself more, so I need to clean it for myself if nothing else. It doesn't make me do it every day, and I do secretly curse past Courtney when she does let messes pile up, but the home has stayed mostly clean and uncluttered for about 6 months, and I consider that a big win. Back in November, I was doing NaNoWriMo, and for most of the month, I was dead tired from working, other dramas, and recovering from being sick on my birthday. So on November 19th, I found that I'd only written about 7,000 words. If you're unfamiliar with NaNoWriMo, basically the goal is to write a 50,000 word novel in a month. I thought I wasn't going to make it, but I told myself that I wanted to build more trust and that I would do it for me, and somehow I managed to get to 50,005 words on the evening of the 30th. That's probably one of the biggest things I've ever done for myself, although it's not my first win, and it kind of snowballed into other areas of my life, such as starting this YouTube channel at last and even taking better care of my poor body. I swear the point of this isn't to brag. I'm just saying that it's important to not give up on yourself and the things you want so easily. And clearly I really decided that I wanted this spread to exist. Anyway, if you've made it this far, I truly do appreciate you, and I still appreciate those that didn't, but they don't get to be rewarded by hearing about it, and that's just going to have to be a them problem. I'd love to hear about your resolutions and goals for the coming year, or just in general in the comments, so I can cheer you on too. Please remember to head bonk the like button like the cute cat you are, and give me a sub if you enjoy my vibe. I have a very important mission for my next video, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Bye!